The sharp clatter of a beer can bouncing off the gravel jolted John Parker from his Texas dusk, a metallic clang that echoed across the empty highway as he reined Dusty to a halt. His rifle slung across his back, heart kicking hard against his ribs. He'd ridden out from his 200-acre ranch to check a downed fence near the lake's western edge. The cool March air brushing his weathered Stetson, the burn on his forearm a dull ache under the fading sun. The sound wasn't the wind or a stray critter. It came from a cluster of shadows ahead. For figures lounging by a rusted pickup parked crooked on the shoulder, their laughter cutting through the stillness like a blade. After Ethan's betrayal and shaky return 2 days ago, John had sought the solitude of the plains, but now trouble loomed, young and brash, and he'd meet it with the steel of his 54 years. He dismounted, boots crunching gravel, rifle ready, as the lake's silver gleam shimmered in the distance, ready to face whatever these punks threw his way. The air thickened with the scent of cheap beer and gasoline as he approached. The sun dipping low, painting the plains gold and violet, wildflowers swaying along the ditch. The group, 4 young men, mid-20s, leather jackets patched with grime, tattoos snaking up their necks, sprawled against the truck, kins littering the ground, a bat leaning against the tailgate. One stood, lanky and sneering, his shaved head glinting as he tossed another can, missing John by inches, the aluminum skittering into the brush. "Well, look at this," he drawled, voice dripping with mockery. "An old man on a pony. Lost your way, Grandpa." John stood tall, his 6 feet 2 inches frame unbowed, brown eyes sharp beneath the Stetson's brim, voice low and steady. "My land a mile east, fix and fence you punks probably cut. Move along, don't need trouble." The leader laughed, a harsh bark, stepping closer, his crew fanning out, circling slow, boots scuffing the gravel. "Trouble? You're the trouble, old-timer, riding around like some cowboy movie. What's that rifle for, shooting cans or napkin?" His buddies snickered. One, a stocky thug with a buzz cut, kicking dirt toward Dusty, the mare snorting, her ears flattening. John's jaw clenched, suspicion coiling tight, but he kept his tone even, rifle still slung. "It's for what needs doing. Last chance, get gone, or I make you." The lanky one grinned, teeth yellowed, pulling a switchblade from his pocket, flicking it open with a snap, the blade glinting in the twilight. "Make us. You're 60 if you're a day. Gonna hobble us with your cane, Gramps." He lunged, feinting with the knife, testing, his crew closing in, stocky with a chain. A wiry one with brass knuckles, the last hefting the bat, their laughter a taunting chorus. John sidestepped, years of war and ranch life honed in a muscle memory, his voice steel. 54, not 60. And you're about to learn something." The lanky one swung, blade arcing, but John ducked, grabbing his wrist, twisting hard. The snap of bone echoed as the knife clattered free, the punk howling, collapsing to his knees, clutching his arm. The stocky thug roared, chain whipping through the air, aiming for John's head, but John rolled, gravel biting his elbows. Unslinging the rifle in one fluid motion, slamming the butt into the man's gut, he doubled over, gasping, chain dropping as John rose, towering, breath steady despite the ache in his limp. "Call me old again," he growled, barrel swinging toward the wiry one, who froze, knuckles glinting, eyes wide with sudden fear. The bat wielder charged, a bellowing blur, swinging wild. The wood whistling past John's ear as he dodged, planting a boot in the man's knee. Cartilage popped, the thug crumpling with a scream, bat rolling into the ditch. Dusty reared, hooves pawing the air, her whinny a fierce echo as John stood amidst the chaos, rifle raised, the leader still writhing, his crew down, dust swirling in the fading light. "Who sent you?" John barked, stepping on the lanky one's hand, grinding it into the gravel, his cry sharp. "Talk, or I break more in your wrist." The punk gasped, voice ragged. "Nobody, just messing around. Thought you'd run." "Old man, damn you." John's chest tightened, rage of furnace, but he eased off, the rifle steady, the lake calm beyond the highway. Messin, you picked the wrong rancher. He hauled the leader up, shoving him against the truck, the others groaning, crawling, their bravado ash in the wind. Headlights flared. Frank's truck roaring up from the ranch, Mary Ellen's gray mare beside it. Shotgun in her grip, Jake and Tom piling out, faces hard. "What's this?" Frank growled, pistol gleaming, eyeing the sprawl of punks, the bat, the chain. John spat dust, voice rough. "Couple of loudmouths. Call me old, try to cut me. Thou think better." Mary Ellen dismounted, braids swinging, her voice firm. "Taught him good. Look at him crawling like dogs." Jake grabbed the wiry one, wrenching him up, voice raw. "You mess with my dad? I'll finish it." John waving back, rifle close, the lake glowing gold. "They're done," lessons sunk in. "Tie 'em. Hardrove's problem now." Tom hauled rope from the truck, binding their hands, the punks whimpering as Frank called Sheriff Hargrove, his voice crackling over the radio. "Dan, highway west of Parker's, for punks down. Assault, bring a cage." Dusk deepened, the plains shimmering, wildflowers swaying as Hargrove's patrol car screeched in, lights flashing. Deputies cuffing the thugs, their truck impounded, the bat bagged. "What happened, John?" Hargrove asked, badge glinting, eyeing the wreckage of bravado. John stood tall, rifle slung, voice steady. "Thought I was easy. Old man on a horse. Learn I ain't. Broke a wrist, a knee, some pride." Hargrove chuckled, low and dry. "Learn hard. Assault weapons. They're booked. Stay safe." Dawn broke gold. The crew gathered at the ranch. Coffee steaming, biscuits warm, the map spread wide. Ethan slouched, watching John with new eyes, his shame a quiet shadow. "You took him alone?" he asked, voice soft, awe threading through. John nodded, the rifle close, the lake glowing outside. "Age ain't weakness, steel's in the bone. Remember that." Frank leaned back, pistol gleaming, his voice gravelly. "Punks got schooled. Grayson's locked, but trouble don't sleep." Mary Ellen squeezed John's hand, her voice steady. "Your wall, John. 54 or 84, they'll break first." Jake grinned, fists unclenching. "Shoulda let me crack one. Next time." John's lips twitched, a rare half-smile, the lake calm beyond the window. "Next time's theirs to dread." Lessons carved deep. Across the ridge, a light blinked, binoculars then gone. He chambered around, the click loud, ready for the storm's next fool.